A heartfelt hello to all my visitors and especially to my subscribers. I do very much appreciate that you have stopped by. This is my intuitive and interpretive reading of the predominant energies that will be with us from the new moon on September 25th until the full moon on October 9th of 2022. This is for entertainment purposes only. Any resulting enlightenment is purely coincidental and unintentional. I think it's very interesting that we have just gotten past the autumn equinox here in the northern hemisphere, because these elements very much continue that energy that's often associated with the equinox. Well, let's look. First, we have the Harvest Hag from the Wisdom of the Cailleach deck. Of course, this is the time of harvest. Again, I'm speaking in the Northern Hemisphere. We have the Mirror from the Wildwood Tarot deck. And curiously, this card is associated with the autumn equinox in the story that the creators of this deck have written to go along with it. And then we have oak as our Celtic tree ogham. As I said, I feel very equinoctial energies here. Harvest and the Harvest Hag invites us to pause for a moment and take stock of how we have reaped what we have sown. What results have our actions led to? This is a good time to consider what we have accomplished, what we didn't accomplish, what goals we want to take with us as this part of the year gets darker or lighter. I don't want to forget my Southern Hemisphere friends. But both the spring and the autumn equinox are times of pause. They're liminal times. They're times of balance. They are that pause between inhalation and exhalation. Always appropriate to take stock and also enjoy the harvest. Now, the mirror allows us to gain insights into ourselves. You see, she's holding a mirror, but she's also holding an orb of illumination, bringing light to what is reflected, what we see in the mirror. This character is associated with those who initiate people into the mysteries, initiate the students and seekers into the mysteries. But it's all in good time. There's a body in this boat, and it's waiting for the currents to take it. This is not a time to aggressively go after insight or information, but rather to allow it to unfold. This is a card about wisdom, and wisdom is not gained from studying something intensely. Wisdom is gained by living, by putting what we have learned into action, and therefore learning even more. Oak is an energy of strength, particularly inner strength. The oak is associated sometimes with a doorway, but again, it's a doorway into ourselves and into our own souls and understanding ourselves better. It is about endurance also. But endurance that isn't stubborn. If trees are too rigid, and if they don't sway with the wind, they'll break. We don't want to do that. We want to be rooted, certain of our roots, which we can relate to ourselves and the soul work. But we also want to allow ourselves to flow a little bit, to bend a little bit with the winds that come our way. So all these elements, as I said, have a very equinoctial energy with them. We don't want to force things, and that's another message I see. It reminds me so much of the difference between motivation and inspiration. Motivation often comes from a negative outlook or a negative experience. I'm not saying it's not necessary sometimes, but inspiration comes from or is rooted in a positive desire or expectation. Sometimes the actions we take are exactly the same, but the basis of that action is different. Try not to do anything out of motivation or because you feel obligated or because someone has made you feel bad, criticized something about you, or you look at yourself and think, I need to make this change in order to be accepted, in order to be respected, in order to belong in the world. Instead, you might be inspired to make that change because you think it will make your heart sing. You think it will help you express the true you even more. So, from this next new moon to the full moon, take some time to appreciate what you have earned, what you have harvested in your life. Decide what you want to work on and what you need to let go. The insight here from the mirror card will really help us do that. And the oak, with its endurance and its inner strength, will give us a good, solid basis to decide to get in tune with what is best for us rather than just forging ahead with what we think we want to do. Now that's very much on a personal scale. If I pull back and look at this on a more public point of view, the mirror brings things to light, brings things that we don't necessarily search for, but when it's time to come out. So I expect on the world scene that we're going to find causes for some of the things we've had to endure, some of the consequences that we are living through now. We're going to find the hidden causes, and not necessarily are they going to come out because of deep investigative work or trying to discover but it's time for some things to be revealed. It's time to consider what to do with them. So this will be a rather contemplative period, but don't forget to enjoy the good things that you have brought into the world. And yes, you have brought good things into the world. If nothing else, you've made me happy by being here on my channel. So, whatever season you are entering, I hope it turns out to be a very beautiful one. And I will see you at the next full moon. Bye-bye.